Bro, I remember when we was going to the coffee shop, just on the computer marking up charts, trying to perfect these strategies.
Yeah.
So guys, when he tell you this Bollinger Band strategy is fire and it made him 50K, I saw it. All right, and get ready because this is about to be lit.
Have faith in your mind, have faith in your grind, invest in yourself, transform in your time. Have faith in your mind, have faith in your grind, invest in yourself, transform in your time. Trading get paid, trading get paid, trading get paid, trading get paid.
What's going on, everybody? It's Joe Giunta with Trading Academy. I'm here to help you trade and get paid. And guys, here's what we're doing today. We're just kind of cooling it. We're vibing. We're chilling. We've just been talking about a lot of awesome things. Because look, it's 21. The old, 2020 is behind us. Got a lot of craziness in there. A lot of good things in there. But we've been just vibing and reminiscing. So I got my boy Jay Wayne with me.
What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up?
And we just vibing today. And you know what we've been talking about was like, a lot of the stuff we did, like, we came from nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying? We had nothing. And we came, we saw, we conquered.
Conquered, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Still conquering. Yes, sir.
Talk about it, bro.
I mean, when he say we literally come from nothing, I mean, did you share your past with them, or you would probably share it in the future?
Yeah, I saw some of it. Yeah, some of it. Yeah.
And for anybody that's on your channel that follow me, I kind of share my past and what I've been through, but literally came from nothing. I mean, I don't know how lower you can go when you sleeping outside homeless. Like, how low can you go? You know what I mean? But I tell you what, man, people that's determined, people that got their mind fixed on their why and they have a purpose. You might not be blessed with everything, but if you got your purpose always in the forefront, you take steps and God begins to give you different things in your life that you can use as a stepping stool to get to the next phase, next phase. Thanks. And this is the phase that we're at now, man. I remember working at Office Max, calling this man up on my break because he the one introduced me to Forex, period. I already knew about stocks. I knew nothing about Forex. I call him on my break and be just dreaming, talking about, man, what if I take out this lot size, $100 lot size, and at the time I think it was like $20 and $50 lot size.
It's that.
Yeah, I was like, that was big to me. A $20 lot size, yeah. What? Now we taking out $200 and $100 lot sizes. Yeah. So I mean, man, we came a long way, bro.
Long way. And I remember just like the thing about it was the grind. Like when we came, we had nobody that was like blazing the way like we are for you guys right now. You know what I mean? We had some people that taught us, and we're thankful for that. We had some people that we was able to connect to, but nobody was really blazing the trail like what me and Jay are doing right now. And that's really what the advantage you guys have now. So when we're thinking back, now we're seeing exactly what we said we wanted to do. What was it? It was we wanted to empower the people around us.
Yep, absolutely.
And now you look and we have a group of people and we're getting testimonies on a daily basis. I made my first 100. I made my first 500. I made my first 1,000. I made my first 10,000. We're getting big testimonies, big stories of people who are finding great success. And it's like, I see it because I've been there. I see it because I remember not knowing how to pay my bills. I remember getting into an academy that I really couldn't afford to get into. They talking about $200 and I'm like, I don't have $200. Like, I don't know what that means. And a thought came to me and it hit me, bro. It hit me hard. Mm-hmm. They was like $200 to join this thing, $235 to join this thing. And I thought to myself, I don't got $235. And then they said something. If you don't have $235 over the last 20 years, that means you have not been able to save not even $10 a year for your whole life, for your last 20 years.
Wow.
So I thought about that and I was like, bro, I have not been able to save $10 a year.
What's the matter with you?
That's crazy.
It instantly hit me and I was like, something's got to change. If I can't put away $10 a year because what I'm doing is not empowering me, something's got to change. And I went all in because of my why, right? Jay just alluded to that. Mm-hmm. My why drove me to do everything that I do. You see it behind us. Remember why we started, right? I talk about it every video, it seems like, because that's so important.
It is.
What do you think about that?
Absolutely important. When I'm up trading late at night, I got my why. I got this down here in the basement. Sometimes I don't trade down here, and I just be in my room, right? Just laying down, on the computer marking up the charts. And I got my why on my computer. It's a PDF slide. I open up that slide before I trade. Yeah. And so if I even think about over trading, or if I even think about losing my discipline, that slide is right there. It says, what's your why? My why is making sure that we never become homeless again. All right. Facts. What's my why? My why is to make sure that my twins got a good future, and my son and my wife is all taken care of. Facts. All right. And I got some whys as far as like helping the community and helping my church and all of that. But I keep my why in the forefront, bro, yeah. For sure.
And you guys have heard it from me over and over again. My family, my ministry, my city. You've heard it from me over and over again. That's why I do what I do. So I know this is a long intro today, guys, and I appreciate you sticking with me. But with all of that in mind of what you just heard, it kind of made me think about something. And I thought about, because now we're taking $200 lot sizes. We're trading with six-figure accounts. We're making a lot of moves, okay, empowering people. But what happened when we were trading with a $500 account? What happened when we were trading with a $1,000 account, which is where most of everybody starts, right? So what I wanted to talk about today was I'm actually going to share with you the strategy that made me my first 50K. I'm going to actually show you what I did from day one when I started learning. Let me not say day one, when I got consistent. Let me say that. Because like everybody else, I went from 500 to 7,000 to 1,000 to 6,000 to 12,000 to 600. Like I made all kind of stupid mistakes in the beginning. I did all of that same stuff like you did. But when I found consistency and I was able to take a $500 account all the way to 50K, right? I'm going to show you the strategy I used to make that first 50K in the Forex market. So, guys, help me out here. The channel's been growing. We're at 40,000 now. I'm trying to get to that 50,000, bring more value to more people. So how you gonna help me out? Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Click that bell so you get notified every time we drop content. And I already told you, 21, I'm coming for 21. I'm bringing you massive value in 21, so you don't want to miss it. And I'll see you on the charts. All right, guys. So I'm showing you what I did to make my first 50,000 in Forex. Now, as I said, we all had our ups and downs. I made money, I lost money. I had some gains, I had some losses, went up and down. But when I found consistency, that's when I really started to learn how to make money. And it started with price action. So before I get into the actual strategy, I just want to let you know that price action is everything. All right. So make sure you understand market structure. Make sure you understand support, resistance, support. Make sure you understand trend lines. Make sure you understand, wicks and bodies. Make sure you understand all the basics of price action and market structure, because that's going to be the key to understanding everything else. And I'm not going to get into all that today for this video, but understand that when you're looking at market structure, it's pretty cool, because you can kind of look back like this and see, different levels that you might be at and look at the bigger picture. So that's very important to do. So for the sake of this particular strategy, what you're going to need is two tools. One of them is a moving average, and one of them is a Bollinger Band. Okay? So let me just explain very quickly. The moving average is a 9-period moving average, all right, which means it is giving you the measurement of the previous 9 candles closing price. And it's a simple moving average, so it's not exponential. You have a simple moving average, and then you have a Bollinger Band, and the Bollinger Band has 3 lines on it. It has the top, the bottom, and it has this middle line, which I made into dots, okay? And you can make this whatever color or whatever you want. This comes in a standard setting, and it's just a 20 close and period. All right, so that's what you're looking for. So what a Bollinger Band does is it kind of acts like a moving support and resistance, okay? Let's start with this middle line, and I made this into a dot, but you can make it into a line, a dot, whatever, dashes, whatever you like, all right? The middle line is actually a moving average, okay? And what it actually does is it gives you that period, which in our case is a 20, which is standard for a Bollinger Band, and it gives you a moving average for that period. Now, a moving average is like a magnet. Price always wants to try to come back to average. So when price is below average, you're in a downtrend, and price will try to come back to retest. If you're above the moving average, then price is going to be in an uptrend, and you're going to try to come back and retest the middle. The middle acts like a magnet because price always tries to be at average. If price goes too high, then it's going to come back down. If price goes too low, then it's going to come back up. That moving average gives you an understanding of where price wants to be. Okay? So that's what the middle Bollinger Band, or the middle line, does for you. We call that the middle Bollinger Band. The upper and the lower bands act like the area, the potential high and the potential low. Now, there's a formula that goes into that, which I'm not going to get into in today's video. I actually have another video on Bollinger Bands that you can go back and watch from several years ago, and I explain the formula for Bollinger Bands. But for today's video, I just want to let you know that the top area acts like where the price is kind of trying to get up to, and the bottom acts like where the price is trying to get down to. And so this Bollinger Band moves as price moves. And you'll notice as you look back, there's areas where the Bollinger Band kind of comes together, and you can see things are really close together. And that's when you're going to move sideways. But when you see that the Bollinger Band kind of opens up, and you see it kind of going in a different direction from each other, you see bigger moves. That doesn't necessarily mean up or down. It just means volume. It just means that there's volatility, speed, and movement coming into the market. So the further away from each other that these bands are, the more movement that there is potentially coming into the market. And the closer you see where the bands are, that's when you see smaller, more retracted moves, okay? So what we want to do for this particular strategy, and let me show you where we are here, it's very simple. Anytime you see, let me put the moving average on the chart, all right? So anytime you see price, and now you see where the band kind of came together, and then it started to go apart. You see how the band was together, and then this one started to move one way, this one started to move a different way. Usually, they would be trying to move together. But when they start to move apart, when the bottom and the top start moving in different directions, you know you have movement happening in the market. So here we see them start to move apart, and you see that the price, of course, starts to drop. Now, here's the next thing you need to know. The 9 moving average and the middle Bollinger Band, or the 20, essentially is going to be like a moving average crossover. So when you see the 9 crossover, you know that now the 9 is below the middle, so you have down movement coming. Okay? If you see the 9 above the middle, then you have up movement coming. Very simple. Now, here's the strategy. It's actually super simple. This is how I made $50,000 in Forex. Wait till the Bollinger Band comes out. Okay? Now you see how the candles start to kind of poke out, right? You see how that happens? It's really just this simple. When you see price outside of the band, you know that you're starting to be overextended. When you see price inside the band, then you know that you still have potential room to go. But when it's moving outside of the band, you're coming to a place where you're going to see a turnaround at some point. So, for an example, price moves, now we're out of the band. this big bullish or this big bearish candle pushes us outside of our area. So now because the middle acts like a magnet, well, price is going to try to get back to average. So here's what we're going to do. As soon as we see price outside of the Bollinger Band, we're going to wait until we see a candle close back inside the Bollinger Band. Okay, so let me make that a little bit bigger for you so you can see it. All right. Price is moving outside of the Bollinger Band. You see these red candles on the bottom? Then you see this blue candle right here close inside of the Bollinger Band. So down, 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 bullish movement closes inside the band. At that point, you can enter a buy. You're going to be trading pullbacks. At that point, you enter here at the buy. Okay, let me drop a little line on it right here for you. Price closes, boom, you enter the market. Soon as that candle opens, you're in for a buy. All you have to do is take that price back to the moving average. That's it. That's it. It's just that simple. If you see price close inside the moving average, you're going to take it back to the moving average. The first level of take profit is going to be the 9, which is going to be, see how it's down below the 20. You're going to take it right there. That's 16 pips. Very quick, one candle in and out, 16 pips. All right. Now, you see it reject and it does not push past. That's okay. We're just going to get out right there and we let it go. We let it go. We let it go. Now, look what happens. You start to see it push outside of the band again. So here's what we're going to do. We look and we wait. There we go. We pushed outside of the band. We have a candle close back inside of the band. So we're overextended. Now we're pushing back into our area. All right. So what are we going to do? Very simple. We're going to take our entry and we're going to get in right there at the close of the candle. Right here, we're in. All right. So we drop this line as an entry. And now all we got to do is take this back to the moving average. All right. So let's see what happens. Right. Price movement. Boom. There it is. Right? We took that right back to the moving average. We took that right back to the moving average. So right there, we just caught, real quick and easy, 23 pips. 23 quick pips. Now watch this. Let me take this a step further for you. Let's see what happens. Now we start to get a little retracement, but look what happens next. Notice how it doesn't push back down. So now we start to say, how do I know if this is going to be a buy or a sell? How do I know if the market is going to continue bearish or is it going to turn around on me? Well, that's a good point. Here's what we're going to do. You see how we took the little 23 pips right to the moving average. We caught a little pullback, little drawdown. Maybe you got out right here, or what you really should have did was you could have took your stop loss and moved it into profit. You could have basically moved your trailing stop. Now, once you have your trailing stop set, you could have stayed in and allowed it to continue to see if we're going to move, because you already secured your bag. You already secured the bag. You already secured your profit. So now we stay. All right, so 23 pips in. We caught some drawdown and we push back up. Let's see what happens. Now you see all that movement. Now here's the thing. We could have very easily taken this to the middle. Take profit 1, take profit 2, and take profit 3 being the opposite band. Take profit 1, take profit 2, take profit 3. How do we know if it's going to continue and go all the way to take profit 3? It's actually pretty easy. Take profit 1 is easy. That's, I don't want to say a guarantee, but it's nearly a guarantee. Once you see this come back in, you're going back to average. Take profit 2, which would be the next level, right? It's not guaranteed, but it's still pretty good probability that you can make it back to take profit 3, especially when you're seeing nice big movement with these candles. With the previous one, we kind of seen this in quick rejection. But here we saw some nice movement that got us to it. So little lesson there. Then we wait for the pullback. We're in, or maybe we take a secondary position at the pullback. That's up to you. We can take it to the middle. Here's the next step. How do I know? Okay, now price is all the way up here. Is this a reversal? Are we buying now? Is this no longer a downtrend? Good question. Where is the moving average in comparison to the middle Bollinger Band? Notice at this point, even though price has moved up above the middle Bollinger Band, our moving average is still below the middle Bollinger Band, which tells me what? Price wants to come back to average, right? So let's see what happens. Look at that. Now, look what happens. Notice how price pulled all the way back right to my moving average, and my moving average pulled up to price. Now my moving average crosses over the middle, and look what happens. We get the little pullback. Look at that. Price is trying to come all the way back down, and now you're seeing the moving average start to come back. Why did we know that was going to happen? Well, because when we saw this initial push above the middle Bollinger Band, price was still down here, right? The moving average was still down here, not price, I'm sorry. So when price crossed over the middle Bollinger Band, our moving average was still down below, which told me that this was not a buy. This was going to continue being a sell. And you look here, comes down and we set a new lower low. We're lower than the previous low. It's actually just that simple. Price moves out. Soon as price closes back inside, we take it. Take profit 1, take profit 2. If the line is above the middle Bollinger Band, if your moving average is above the middle Bollinger Band, then we're confident we can get take profit 3. This is a sell, a down move that we're catching the pullback on. If this is an up move that we're catching the pullback on, then it's the exact opposite. We would be taking it from the top to the middle to and so exact opposite. So it's actually just that simple. We see this over and over in the market. Now let's show one on a buy. You see how price is moving up? And boom, we go out. We're outside the Bollinger Band. You see these things start to spread. The bands start to spread. We get major volume in the market. We get big movement. But then you start to see these wicks, and you're starting to say, how long can this be sustained? So movement is outside of the range, outside of the Bollinger Band's limits. And then boom, we get a nice close with a bearish candle inside the Bollinger Band. So understand clearly, we move out. We extend ourselves outside of the band. We close back inside the band. When that candle closes right here, we enter the market. As soon as that candle closes, we enter the market. Now, in this particular case, look what happened. We ate a little drawdown, right? We ate 16 pips of drawdown right there. You see that? But then look what happens. It goes, take profit 1, right there to the line, 36 pips. Take profit 2 to the middle, 68 pips. And how did we know that that was over? Because the moving average was above the middle. Because the moving average was above the middle, we did not think that selling pressure was enough to take us to take profit 3. So take profit 1, take profit 2, we're out. Right? It's really, guys, it's really just that simple. And along the whole time, you're going to use a trailing stop and bring it in, take profit. Bring it in, take profit. And essentially, if you could have did that, if you had a stop loss, right? And you moved it into profit, then you moved it into profit, you might have got stopped out in here somewhere. And maybe instead of 68, you would have got 58. But 58 pips in the market, I'll take it all day long, right? It's really just that simple. Wait for price to extend out. wait for price to come back in, enter the market, take it back to your moving average, potentially take it back to your middle Bollinger Band. I used this and I caught 20 here, 10 here, 15 here, 30 here, 20 here, and over the span of time, I was able to take a $500 account, really $1,000 because I added another $1,000 to it, or another $500 to it. I'm sorry, and I was able to take that to over $50,000 using this exact thing, just waiting for price to come out, waiting for price to come back in. As soon as the close, get in the market, take it to structure. That's it. Over and over and over again. That's how I made my first $50,000. All right, guys, there you have it. That's the strategy that took me to 50K. And I believe if you execute it, it could take you there too. But mind you, like I said in the video, it doesn't just come by itself. Price action, risk management, money management, all of that stuff has to, you got to find consistency, all right? It's not just, here's a strategy, now you don't need anything else. There's a lot of other stuff that comes involved. So make sure you practice risk management and make sure you plug into my other videos so you can see how you can bring things together to understand the fullness of the market. That's what it's really all about. And think about this. If you haven't already seen it, go ahead and click that website, tradinggetpaid.com, and you can see the new merch store. But particularly, I want you to check out the Trading Get Paid Forex Trading Journal. It's fire. And what does that mean? It means that I actually created a journal that I use to process my journey, and you can use the very same thing, including my trade plan, that's going to help you track your journey. So make sure you go check out that journal. I promise you it's the best money you will ever spend when it comes to actually structuring your trading and becoming a better trader.
Guys, we deliver these videos week after week, sometimes a couple times a week, all right? This is a trial to what we really give the team, all right? And I know you guys are eating this up and this is helping you guys make money, but if you want to go to the next level, because the fact is, the more you know, the more easier and the more money you can make in the Forex market. So guys, if you need that mentorship, that step-by-step guidance, we got that covered. And we've been helping people week after week on the team, people doubling and tripling their accounts, no lie, using risk management. So make sure you go to trendtrading.academy, and we'll see you there. We got you. And don't forget to like this video if it helped you in any way, because YouTube will put the video out there for more people to see it. It increased the reach, okay? And we're trying to help as many people as we can, just like you, all right? So look, again, don't forget to like this video, comment, and subscribe.
And if you're ready to take this thing to the next level, I want you to watch this video right here, because when you piece this all together, it's gonna take you to the next level. Let's get it.
And let's make this money, baby. Peace.